Good morning, everyone. Yes, I know I'm late. As the title says, I'm late for a very important date. All will be revealed very soon. I would have gone live sooner, but it's a secret. And wait for people coming in. Hiya, Campania, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Says we've got the 2 viewers. So obviously somebody's watching and not chatting in the chat. I am just having my coffee. Yeah, well, not a date. Hi, Emily. Well, funny thing is, because I was late going live yesterday, because I didn't feel too good and I was doing things, 2 people put on Facebook, oh, are we not having the coffee morning this morning? So hence that's why the title this morning, you know, because I was late going live yesterday. So I thought I'm going to have a little bit of fun. And I'm going to put that title, I'm late for a very important date. So, yeah. So I have got a little surprise for everyone. But I'm going to wait for a few more people coming in, a few of the regulars. So all will be revealed shortly. And that was the reason why I was late this morning. So I hear you've got a few requests for drawings, Emily. So them colouring pens is going to be very busy. Hiya, Emma. How are you? There's 1 or 2 said that they know Trollbusters and they've worked hard 2 years, or she, for that matter. So, but you see, the rules of the giveaway is you can't blab. I'm okay. I'm a lot better than I was yesterday morning because I was full of hay fever yesterday. But it's cooled down a little bit and it's not so sunny today. I've just supported you, Emma. Hi, Book Combination. How are you? Oh, I've got you, Pixie, Raven, Vicky, and whoever else wants one. So, well, same as I said, Pixie was in a bit of a mood last night. He thought they dominated the first half, but then they sort of lost the plot a little bit in the second half. So you're welcome, Emma. I can see you hadn't got a lot of supporters, so you know, from one YouTuber to the other. Oh yeah. I mean, you know, we appreciate that, Emily. But at the end of the day, the English football team did us proud last night. I mean, yeah, they lost, but it's the first time in nearly 30 years that they've ever got through to the semi-finals. So I think we should be proud of his football team. Yeah, Pixie said exactly the same, Flying Monkey. It was very disappointed in the referee. So, but it is what it is, and you know, we should still be proud of the boys. You know, they've done us proud. Yeah, I agree with that, because I think oh, I forgot his name now. Plays for Argentina. He said he was retiring after the World Cup. I can't for life of me think his name now. Yeah, I know he plays for Argentina, I think. So anyway, I think he did say it. Yeah, Messi, that's the one. I think he was on about retiring after he'd played in the World Cup. I mean, when all said and done, when players get into the 30s, I think you know, they've had the day, so to speak. So I have got a little surprise for everyone, but I want a few more people to come in and join the panel before I reveal all. Yeah, I mean, Pixie did say that the oldest player was Ashley Young, but hiya, Alex, how are you? Does Emily want to come on the panel? Because we haven't got the... I wished I could, Emily, but I can't. Me and Gethin aren't on quite that good of terms yet. So did you want to come on the panel, Emily? So as I say, I'm just waiting for a few more of the... I don't think DJing will be around today, because he was DJing last night, and he did say if it was late when he went to bed, it probably wouldn't be. Hi, Angel. How are you? Yeah, Pixie was the same. I mean, Eagle did a interview, and it just says, I just don't feel in the mood. You know, so it didn't even go in the okay then, Emily. Hi, Tesla, how are you? But Pixie couldn't have it. Yeah, he did have the one can, but he's working today, so yeah, I mean, I was watching it. I needed a pair of earplugs, you know, because obviously England scored in the first 5 minutes. So, but you see, we always sort of do a prediction, and I said, I did say, oh, it'll be 1-1, and then it'll go to extra time. But I thought the score would be reversed, and it'd be England that would win 2-1, scoring in the first half of second, you know, the extra time. But obviously it was. I'll just wait, you know, because to see if more people come in, because I do have a little bit of a surprise. Emily says she needs to go for a shower, and so I'll wait for a little while. And hey, John Markdoe, how are you? But yes, Mr. P was very disappointed in Raheem Sterling, and he kept saying, "Oh, get Sterling off and bring whoever it were that substituted him," and he were right. You know, get Raheem. Hi, Osbeach, Andy. I've got my coffee here, Andy. Latte. But whoever it was that oh, you're from Idaho, are you? But yeah, he did say, oh, take Raheem Sterling off, and whoever it were that... Hiya, Dennis, how are you? So his prediction of taking Sterling off and whoever it were that substituted him came on, you know, we got that one right. But hey, oh, it is what it is. And, you know, everybody's a bit down in the dumps. A bit down in the dumps because England lost to Croatia last night. But there was a lot of underhand tactics, let's say. But yeah, that's exactly what I've said. Osbeach and I did say we can still be proud of them. They've got further than they have in the last 30 years, you know. So, you know, we can be proud of them. Yeah. Well, same as I said. Oh yeah, that is Pixie said that as well. Rashford should have started, but with all the best will in the world, I mean, you know, was it Saturday or Sunday they played? You know, obviously for reasons, you know, basically, obviously tried to rest some of the team. So, hi, Technical Channel. I'll just warn you before you start. No, I've got you. You've got. Yeah, I would say I think the goalkeeper did a sterling job, and if anybody's wondering why that has happened, because that channel keeps coming in every time, don't interact with the chat and just say, I've got you, will you get me back? And, you know, as we're doing, we are all interacting with the channels, you know, the chat. So it does it every time. It comes in every morning, does exactly the same thing. It was warned yesterday. It was timed out and everything, but obviously still not learnt his lesson or her lesson, whoever it is. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think everybody's saying, you know, who shall we back in the final? I'm going for France. Yeah, I think France will do it. So, you know, but it's the same old thing, Book Nation. I mean, I do not support another channel unless I know that they've supported me and my figures show, you know, you know, I've had it quite a few times. Cheery giggles. No, it's sort of just a bit of a well, not a dig, but I was a little bit late doing the coffee morning yesterday, and I saw on Facebook, because I only check my Facebook in the morning, obviously for the group and whatnot, and there were like two people saying, "Oh, you know." Basically noticed I hadn't gone live at 10 o'clock like I normally do, but you know, sort of panicking because I hadn't gone late. I mean, I hadn't gone live, and that's why I've put I'm late for a very important date. You know, I was late this morning a little bit, but it was for a particular reason. But no, I mean, that ship sailed. Cheery giggles. I'm a bit past it to be having a baby. Hiya, Bella. How are you? We've not got any of the usual suspects in today. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it were like Colombia. I mean, it's, you know, they were dirty. But same as I said, it is what it is. And they've got to play Belgium. Hiya, Bella.
Where's everybody today?
I don't know. I don't know. You see, the reason behind the title is there was Adam and Ian both saying, "Oh, we're panicking because I went live a little bit later yesterday." Hiya, Vicky. So that's basically I'm sort of having a little bit of a dig, so to speak. But everybody's talking about the World Cup, and I says it is what it is. We can be proud of them. They've done as well.
Hi, Vicky.
Hi, Vicky.
Hey, how are you?
So I was a little bit late this morning, but there's a reason behind that. Do you want to see what it is?
Yeah.
You have a package.
Yeah.
What is it?
And it is my, well, it ain't my package, but it's a surprise for a certain person, and it's not Chris. So I'm going to open it now, and I'll just show you all what it is.
Hello, Bella.
With all the blooming sellotape that's it's stuck up with.
How
I'm
are
eating
you
me
speaking
popcorn.
about? What's
So
that?
I'm eating me popcorn.
I'm going to say you should have been eating that last night, Bella. But yes, the certain person that this is for doesn't know about it.
Oh.
So, and it's not Pixie. So there's only one other person.
Helen.
It does seem like a plain mug, but it's one of these that change when you put hot stuff in it.
Oh yeah,
right.
Sheffield United, and it's got his name on it, so it's going to have something hot in it. Yeah. So if you're watching Mr. P, which he is, he's just come in the chat. It's arrived.
Oh.
I thought when I opened it, it's just a plain black mug. But he did tell me when he ordered it, it's like it changes when you put something hot in it. So it's going to have to make something hot in it for it to change colour.
You'll love that.
So, but I mean, same as I say, Callum doesn't usually have anything. I mean, it might have been diddled, and it might just be a plain black mug. I mean, we've got to put something hot into it to.
Put hot water in it. Put some hot water in it. You'll soon tell.
But you see how that's come about. I mean, I've said before, I bought him a mug, obviously Sheffield United mugs with a name and everything on it. Yeah. And Callum dropped his when he was going in the kitchen one day. So basically, Chris saw this online and he says, I'm going to order it, Tim. Yeah. So I was just about to set all the live stream up and everything. And then postmen were knocking on the door.
Well, it's like I got up and I went, okay, it's 5 a.m. Where's Jeanette?
Well, this is the reason behind the title, because I logged into Facebook this morning and Adam had put a thing up, something about the coffee morning, question mark. And then even Ian had sort of gone, I don't know, I've messaged her, you know what I mean? Like they were both panicking because they hadn't gone live at 10 o'clock.
Yet they're not on the panel.
Well, that was yesterday, so that's the reason why the title this morning.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Hi, Nick. How are you? So I thought, right, you bookers, I'll get you back.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, how did you like the video that Adam posted yesterday?
Oh, the one about the World Cup.
Yeah.
It is what it is, and that's what I've said to everybody. Hi, Kelly, how are you? You know, it is what it is. You know,
Yeah.
There's not a lot we can do about it. You know,
It sucks though.
You know, it's seem well, I not see him later because I don't think he's coming home for dinner today. But
I put on it.
Pardon?
I put a comment on Adam's video.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I haven't looked yet.
But Peanuts Gaming says Adam hates football, so do I.
It does like football.
You might have to message him again, Nick, because he did say he was logging off and going on to the next one.
I can't believe that I got like what we talked about yesterday. I guessed that certain person, and I couldn't believe Troll Buster. Yeah, I guessed who it was, and I'm like, I can't believe I actually got that right. I mean, I'm not even from the UK.
Nick says he's going to look at a new drone later. Hi, Alice. How are you? I'm okay. I feel a lot better than I did yesterday morning, but I'm still full of. Yeah. Okay, then, Nick. I'll tell him when he rings me at lunchtime. Same as I say, he did say he wasn't stopping long, and you know, it was going on to the next one. I think Thursday's like a busy day for him. So, it's a big boy. So I assume it's the P4 then. What you're looking at?
I won't be needing his P4 bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you see, he was communicating with Chris the other day, and obviously, because Chris has got the P4, he said, I've got, spare battery, blah, 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 bigger than the P4. What's bigger than the P4?
I don't know here.
747?
Yeah, that's it.
Or an helicopter.
Yeah. Anything really.
Yeah, thank you, Alice. But there is something that I've got to communicate with you two ladies, but it's not for here, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Oh, the Inspire. Ooh.
Wow.
Well, Mr. Eagle VP won't be around today because he's going to visit his brother in Sittingbourne in Kent today. So he did say he was going early-ish this morning.
My daughter's living in Sittingbourne.
Yeah, well, I think...
He texted me last night and said, do you want me to go into the girls for you?
That'd be right
no.
Fella.
Not this time, Keith.
I mean, the interview was very good last night with Brad.
Very good.
Yeah.
He messaged me after. Good. What's that, Bella? Sorry.
I thought it was good last night.
It's all right. Am I only one that's not eating?
I'm eating straight.
I mean those the marshmallow peanuts.
Oh, we don't have them.
They're yummy.
Bye.
I have to send you some. Bella, I'll get you my address today. Because I have to send you some of these.
Yeah, I want to send you some stuff as well.
We've just had a...
Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't see nothing. I ain't got my phone.
Uh-oh. Was I gonna say? Well, you know how Carter has a crush on you, Jeanette, right?
Yes. Don't you dare tell me he's got a crush on somebody else.
No, Austin's got a crush.
Oh, who's that then?
Dory.
Oh.
Who?
Dory.
Who's Dory?
She's more on Adam's lives.
All right.
Yeah, well, there were a lady added by Adam in the group, and I was assuming that was the lady. but
That
it was a
was her,
proper name, if you know what I mean.
Well, because she wants my address. She was really impressed with Austin, because I was telling her, you know how like I had those days that, you know, it's too much pain or whatever. He'll paint my toenails for me. You know those days where you get your burning feet and they swell and everything. He'll get a little bowl of water, cold water, and a paintbrush that we have, and he'll paint my feet with cold water.
Bless him.
And if I'm sick, he's like, "No, Mom, you rest. Whatever you need, you call me, you tell me, I'll get it." Right? Like, he's just so sweet. And
I'm sorry for interrupting. No, it was somebody a bit further up the chat. Somebody came in and sort of put an inappropriate comment, so they went bye-byes.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick is a moderator, so be able to, I don't know whether he'll be able to view the message or not.
That's the thing. I know I'm a moderator, but I can't see the.
Yeah.
Do you know I'm on the iPad?
I can see.
I missed somebody. My little world. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I have my iPhone in front of me, and so that's how I see the chat.
Yeah, well, say if you're a moderator, you can scroll back and you can see view the deleted message.
Yeah. So yeah, she says to me, she goes, "Oh my gosh," she goes, "he's my new little superhero." That's it. So she wants to send him a bunch of stuff. So I got to get my address to her now. But he is a big sweetheart. I mean, he's Mama's boy. And he said to me once, he gave me a great big hug in front of all his friends. And I said, "Oh, I didn't want to embarrass you by asking for a hug and a kiss." And he goes, "I don't care what they think." Okay.
Oh, yes, you did. You did, Emily. It's a new mug for Callum. And when it has hot liquid in it, it's a Sheffield United mug with his name on it.
Aww.
So we felt a little bit sorry for him because, same as I say, I bought them both a mug last Christmas, not the Christmas that's just gone, Christmas before. And he went into the kitchen one day and it slid out his hand, so he broke it. So Pixie saw that online and he says, you know, obviously I bought it. And he says, "Is it all right if I order Callum this mug?" And I says, "Yeah, go for it." Hey. Well, can I just interrupt as well? He's the one to talk, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Boss man, it's only just come in.
I think he should be banned. Gotta tell you, apparently I'm married to Adam now.
Oh. For you.
Well, we were on live yesterday. It was the anti-football live. And one person he had on there was Nike something or whatever. And they said, "Well, who's that?" And Adam went, "She's my wife."
No, it's for his son, Cherry Giggles. And as I say, it broke his, so Alex has got some great videos coming online this week and next week.
Oh, that's awesome. Looking forward to it.
But yes, there won't be an Eagle VP this morning because he's on his travels to Sittingbourne.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was really impressed with that interview last night. And Brad actually texted me afterwards and he says, "That was fun," because I had been talking to him all day and he was kind of reluctant on doing it. And I said, because of the latest stuff that's been going on, and I said, "Dude, do it." I said, "It's a bigger UK community. You're in the UK." I said, "Come on and do the interview." I said, "You could gain support that way and everything else." And I said, "Just have fun with it." And he says, "Well, what does he do?" And like questions does he ask? I said, "He'll talk to you beforehand and he'll say, you know, is there anything that you don't want me to ask, or is there any specific whatever?" And I said, "Just talk to him."
Yeah.
And then he says, "Well, yeah, go ahead and ask me anything you want." And then, of course, he stumped him on a couple of ones. He's like, "Oh, how do I answer that?"
Well, you see, the thing is, I mean, if I've got to say anything about Keith's interview, they are sort of getting to know the person, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Hello.
And basically, that's what
All coming home. Sorry.
Don't
Hey,
start
Abby.
on that one. We've gone off that subject.
Thank God for that. We don't have to talk about it. Hooray.
Uh,
Good morning, hubby. How's it going?
Oh, it's fine. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had a bone to pick with you, Vicky.
Uh-oh. What are
Where's this prenuptial thing that we were going to sign?
I mailed it this morning.
Oh, you mailed it to me. Oh, jolly
I
good.
did. Yeah, you should have
Oh,
it
good.
by,
I'm happy.
you should have it by the second Tuesday of next week.
Oh, I thought you mailed it in the bin. That's where I was going to get you to mail it. But if you've actually posted it to me, that's fine.
You weren't specific, you know. Does that mean I don't get any of the Funko Pops?
Well, you can have 2 of them, okay?
I want the Smurfs.
You can no, you can't. You can have all the Smurfs except for Papa Smurf because that goes to Jason when I pop my clogs.
Okay.
Oh yes, there is a 1 or 2 I've got to message about a certain thing, but
Yeah, we could always do a hangout, so you and I.
yeah,
do the 3 of us.
yeah. So I had done. Hey, yeah. I sat here and I went, "Am I the only one that's not eating?" Because Vicky were eating and Bella were eating, and
I always have dog food around here.
Because I've only just turned the computer on, so I'm not really ready.
And that is why the title is, because I saw your thing on, Facebook about the coffee morning yesterday. But I was all set up and everything ready to go, and then the postman delivered the thingy bob, so that's why I was slightly late this morning.
I will let you off.
I basically put in response to that post, shoot me.
Well, I was joking with Jeanette early. Jeanette earlier, she said after the first goal she was starting to go deaf already, and I said I'll pick you up some.
Just as I'm out some earplugs.
Yeah, I couldn't find any. I'm sorry.
But I mean, it's all right. But I mean, when you've got 2 of them shouting, going crazy. I mean, you saw the response in Trafalgar Square or Hyde Park or wherever it was. That were like that in our house, but there were only 2 of them.
Yeah.
There was a lot of going on around here. A lot of parties in the garden and everything. And over our back, right over the back, but you could hear them clearly. They often had parties late on a Saturday night. And you could see the start of the match, you could hear them talking and cheering. But then they must have got well tanked up. And oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, Monkey, but I did have to delete that message. It was quite offensive.
What was this, Jeanette?
It was a comment that somebody's just made in the chat.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that. Oh my gosh.
I mean, Flying Monkey is usually quite behaved himself, but unfortunately on this occasion,
trying to get your phone so I can see.
Unfortunately, on this occasion, I think it was quite inappropriate.
Mm-hmm. I just read it and I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I understand you deleting it.
Things up. But one good thing about last night, we had a lovely time, didn't we, Vicky? We had it was just an enjoyable night where we didn't have to think about a certain topic until eventually someone spoiled it for me. But never mind.
You know
Jeanette, I am now no longer friends with someone, and it's never going to come back ever. It's never going to be brought back as a friendship with this person.
Right.
Oh, you'll have to message me, Adam.
Oh no, it's there. I don't care if you know. It's Javon Zombie. Never again.
Oh yeah, you should have seen.
Because he made 2 videos recently where he bad mouths me, and then he bad mouthed me about the football and stuff. Because he says I'm not patriotic and stuff. I'm still patriotic about the country, but I don't have to be patriotic about bloody football.
Well, no, I mean, at the end of the day, football's not everybody's cup of tea. I mean, I've admitted, I mean, football, you know, is not my cup of tea, but I've got two boys in the house that are.
Yeah, boys.
Yeah.
Too big.
But you know what I'm saying, you know, I mean, from in my opinion, you know, yeah, they did well. I'm proud of them, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, you know, it's done now. You know,
yeah,
and it's
fun. You know,
at the end of the day, it's like, as you know, Chris and Callum both support Sheffield United.
Yeah,
you know, and it's like it's their passion, let's say.
Yeah.
But I support them because they support Sheffield United. I mean, I would never go to a match, put it that way. But if it's, you know, if it's on the television, I let them watch it, if you know what I mean.
You put up with it. You put up with it.
Yeah, I you know, I don't sort of follow them myself, but you know, it's because they both support that team. I support them in their enthusiasm or their, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was all in good fun, and it got taken out of context and everything
else. Oh, we're all going to Maccadee's with Emily. It's payday today. So we're all going over to Dudley.
She's paying for my flight too.
Emily, we're all going to Dudley. I'm on my way. Oh, Emily, I'm on my way to Dudley. I'm coming to.
I didn't realise that I hadn't supported them. And you know, Dennis, that Keith interviewed the other week, the filmmaker guy.
Yeah.
I didn't realise until I saw the comment that that I didn't sort of connect the dots, so to speak. She's Dennis's wife.
Yeah.
And if there's one thing I've got to say, Emma, you have got an amazing voice. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think he's brilliant. The films are brilliant, and the children and that play the part, I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, and it's something basically that the whole family can do. But yeah, I listened to the You Take My Breath Away, and I was absolutely transfixed when I was watching it. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that's a beautiful song too, and she sounded wonderful.
Well, I'm going to subscribe to you, Emma, if you're a singer, because I attempt to sing.
That was a little bit cleaner there, Flying Monkey.
But I mean, I always say everybody's entitled to their own opinion, you know, as does Bossman. He doesn't like football. He doesn't follow it. That is his prerogative, not nobody else's. And I don't think a person should be slated because they don't like football.
Yeah, exactly. Just because it's like out here, like we have football, hockey, soccer, baseball, whatever, and lacrosse, whatever. If I don't support every sport, or if I don't support hockey, it doesn't mean that I'm not patriotic. It just means I don't like sport.
Yeah, and also
America's a lot more for sport, though.
Flying Monkey. Sorry, just because that is all. Because that boss, that last bit you said, and you wanted them to lose. What a complete clown! So what if I wanted them to lose? That's my opinion.
Yep, we're entitled to it. Yep.
Exactly.
You know, I mean,
I won't support football or the boys, as you call them, because I think they're paid way too much money.
They are. But
I mean, it's like me. I mean, it's like me saying, "Oh, I wish France had lose on Saturday." You know, it's everybody's opinion is different.
Exactly.
People want Croatia to win. People want France to win.
Although I don't watch football myself, no, I don't. I think the feeling it was giving, because the thing that I feel, not the match, I'm not talking about the game, but I think so much is happening in the country. I mean, the government stinks, doesn't it? Really, it stinks. And it's like that there was something, because I'm sick of Brexit, I'm sick of everything else, and it seemed to be something that was lifting people up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I liked about it.
Yeah. And another thing, our NHS system is foundering really, really badly. Now, there's a certain person visiting the UK, and I bet there's been millions and millions spent on that visit.
Oh,
now, you've got people that are dying because the NHS can't cope under the strain.
Yeah. It's too much. I think the money should be going to a better cause and everything else. And it's like, you know what? I mean, I've heard about your health system out there and everything else, and it's disgusting as far as I'm concerned.
But yeah, you know, I mean, to me, it should do what everybody else does and come on a normal flight. Yeah, I bet any money you've got Air Force One or whatever it is, I bet they shut everything down just so that plane can land. And then you've got the security because he's visiting the country. Yeah. You've got all the dignitaries and all the functions that he'll be going to while he's here. And to me, that is so ridiculous when you've got people dying of cancer because they live in a postcode lottery and some areas cannot afford cancer treatment.
Exactly, Jeanette.
Well, out here, you know how they have animal euthanasia and everything else, right? They've now agreed and passed a bill that certain people at a certain age and this and that and the other thing, if they become to the point where they can't make a decision, the doctor and the family can't come up with a decision, like they don't want to send that person on, they will make the decision for them, in other words. And put it this way, this is being blunt, is they have become no longer a benefit to society, so they'll put them to sleep, basically.
Absolutely. Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But you see, the trouble is with this country, I mean, if anybody wants to do that, they have to go to Switzerland.
Yeah.
They're Dignitas.
Yeah. I know we keep threatening my parents that we're going to send one of them off there to Switzerland, but they won't go.
Yeah.
I think it's so. I mean, over here we had. She called the Prime Minister called another election last year, the year before last year, because she thought she was going to get more votes.
Yeah, but she didn't.
It shot her in the foot. She didn't get more votes, and she had to buy the support of who was it? Northern Irish, wasn't it?
Yeah. Basically, she had to buy their votes, so it gave her the majority.
And it cost her billions, literally billions, and she did it. So where's the money? No money for the NHS, but she can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you see, it's same way. I mean, she allowed Brexit because she didn't think that people would vote to leave.
No, that was David Cameron's idea, though. But I don't know.
Another wanker in society. Oh, sorry, did I say that?
I just don't vote anymore. I've got no confidence in any of them.
It's put flying monkeys. They sort of keep,
What is Nick saying? It says, I hate rugby with a passion and I don't follow the Lions when they play. I couldn't care less if they lose. It doesn't mean I'm not patriotic towards my country. Hence, I can understand what happens.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the British cricketers. Yeah. You know what I mean? When they sort of play in the Ashes and whatever. You know, I couldn't give stuff about cricket. So to me, and it's same with rugby, you know, if they win, they win. If they lose, they lose, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's it.
But yeah, I mean, it was same with Brexit. I mean, she sort of let the vote go ahead because she didn't think.
Sorry.
Because basically she didn't think that people would vote
She thought she was going to win, didn't she? She thought she was going to get...
Yeah, and it was same when she called the election, same as Bella said. She didn't think, she thought she were going to run away with it, but she didn't.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Yeah, we had a lady out here, and don't think I'm discriminating in any way, shape, or form. She is gay, and she's openly gay and everything else, right? But what she did was she come in and she changed the curriculum. She changed sex education and this and that and the other thing, to where now they're wanting them to be taught about being gay and everything else. Like, okay, I don't have a problem with teaching my kids health class and everything else like that, but society is teaching them enough about all of this stuff, and they're trying to, basically what the whole gist of it was, they were teaching them about the different sexualities, saying, well, you're not straight, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, and trying to put other labels on them and stuff. And she was kicked out too. Yeah. She goes, I don't understand why people don't like me. I'm like, oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, but I mean, this sort of, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I don't care whether a person's gay, bisexual, transgendered, or whatever.
That's right.
But when you foist your opinions on people, you know what I mean? It's like saying, well, look, because I'm gay, we should be doing this, we should be doing that, and we should be doing the other.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work out that way.
If you're gay, you're gay. Who cares? That's your choice. That's your lifestyle. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
If you're transgender, so what? That's how you're whatever.
Yeah.
Well, you see, I mean, I always say, never judge a book by its cover. It's what's inside that matters, not on the outside.
You may think, oh, they're gay or whatever, or they're transgender, but they might be a fantastic, wonderful person who's very intelligent, who's very funny, anything,
They can be covered in tattoos for all it's worth, and
I've got a thing about people covered completely in tattoos. Sorry.
But I mean, that's the thing. Like, they can be covered head to toe in tattoos. It doesn't mean they're any different inside than they are outside.
No. Yeah. I mean, and this is going back to the same thing about judging a book by its cover. Just because the person's covered from head to toe in tattoos, don't make them a bad person.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And it's
the only thing I've got against tattoos is, and it's nothing a biggie thing really. It's just because, well, I think when that person, if they're really covered, when they're really old, the tattoos are gonna look old, and you're gonna see them a bit sag, as you know. Goes down, things go south, and the tattoos won't look like they were, because years ago where my mum used to work, because they had lots of elderly clients who lived there. And there was a particular one chap called Danny who was, he must have been in his 80s, 90s, and he had been a sailor or something, and he had tattoos all on him. But you could see how discoloured they'd become, and how, and that's the thing that, with tattoos that,
because they wrinkle with your skin, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. But that's up to the people. I personally don't have any tattoos. I'm not ever going to have any tattoos. It's not my thing, but each to their own. Exactly. We all have choices.
I don't mind tattoos. I did always want a little butterfly on my shoulder, but I'm too much of a coward.
I always wanted a little tiny Celtic knot. Just a little tiny Celtic knot somewhere. But I never go into, no one in my family apart from one cousin, not a close cousin, had a tattoo. None of our family have got tattoos. It's just what we do in our family.
At the end of the day, as same as we say, it comes down to personal preference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't mind tattoos on someone else. It's not my problem.
Yeah.
It's like, I've got this one on my arm. You know what I mean? And that would.
I could never done too much of a coward.
That one on my hand, I've got like a cherub, like a little cherub on my shoulder, and a little flower on my ankle. But a lot of the time, people don't see them.
Yeah,
only the one on my hand.
They're not in your face, like
no. Yeah,
there's some people. There's even people where I live who've actually got tattoos. I saw someone Their shaved head is covered in tattoos. Their whole body.
Oh yeah.
I tell you what I don't like as well. I mean, and it's same as I say, it's personal preference again. When you see all these people with all these pins and whatever sticking,
Hey, Nick's just hit the magic 100.
Woo! But you know what I mean? I mean,
and have a good time.
But I mean, it's like some people go to the extent of like even having little horns on their forehead and what, you know. I think that is absolutely ridiculous.
That's going too far there.
I wasn't subscribed to Nick. How come?
I don't. Bella. What's going on?
But you know what I mean? I mean, some people do go to the extreme.
I think I do subscribe and I haven't.
That's not good.
Yeah, well done, Nick.
But yeah, you know, I mean, some of the extremes that people go to, like, same as I say, they've got all these, I don't know, things sticking out their face and blooming, you know. I mean, I don't mind people having piercing, but there's piercing and like having little horns on your head and
I don't know.
I mean, personally, I wouldn't have it done like. But
basically, this mutilation of your skin, of your body with cutting, and then they're fixing something underneath, and then you know.
Well, I mean, I'll admit and I'll show you all. I've got my tongue pierced, but I've had it done for years.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I don't know it's there, and I don't think people notice it's there. You know what I mean?
It's not like your shoe. It's not like your, you know, it's not a big thing. It's just there. It's not, you know, it's not affecting anyone. You know, it's.
Well, this is it. But I mean, you know, some people, what I say, go to the extreme, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just never judge anybody by. People do judge you. If you're slightly different, you've got to be exactly the same as them. And they're always right. Yeah. And unless you're exactly the same, but we're all individuals. It's just a matter of accepting each other. And
I wouldn't want to be normal, because all normal means is you're like everyone else, and I don't want to be like everyone else. I'm me. I'm individual. I'm who I am.
Yeah, and it's same, you know, it's same for everybody else. I mean, like Bella says, she'd never have a tattoo done because she's scared of the pain.
Yeah,
you know, pain factor. You know, you don't want a tattoo because it's never appealed to you.
And also, I couldn't afford to have tattoos. It's expensive to have tattoos.
Oh,
yeah. And Equinox says all my tattoos can be hidden. I won't have any on his face or his neck. I mean, I'd never go to them extreme. Yeah, I've got one on my hand, but it's not sort of in your face, and you know what I mean.
Let's cover it up with a pair of gloves if you are going to some special thing or doing something.
But I mean, it's like it's tasteful. It's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's not skull and crossbones or a devil coming out of your hand.
No, you know, I mean, you know, same as I say, I mean, all the tattoos I have got, you know, are flowers or the Cupid on my shoulder. But I mean, it's very rare that anybody ever sees that.
Yeah. Another reason why I don't think with me having tattoos would be good, because I'd get it done and then I'd want to change my mind because of the bipolar and stuff. I think. And then I regret it, and then I wouldn't be able to change it because I haven't got the money to. I wouldn't, you know, laser it. That's why my collection, like pop figures or whatever what phase I'm going through of collecting stuff, because you know I buy these things and then I think, oh, I don't want that, so I can sell it. You can't sell a tattoo.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Adam, your Funko Pops are an extension of you.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
you know, same as I say, it comes down to personal preference. I mean, you personally wouldn't have a tattoo.
Yeah. I've always wanted one, but I'd never have one.
It's the same with me and my makeup. If I have any spare money, any funny money we call it, then it goes on, and then it goes on makeup, and people say, well, you're only in the house because I don't get out much, and people say, well, you're only in the house, why are you, but it's my thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, my thing.
Yeah, your thing is you like to look nice. I mean, yeah, you know, it's I mean, I will admit I only wear makeup on special occasions.
Most people do though, Jeanette. Most people don't get up like I do and do it every day. It's not a usual thing. People who are in the house and housewives, you know, they're clean and tidy and presentable like yourself, but they don't make up every day. That's just
I
I
know
mean, this goes to show about Bella posting that picture on Facebook.
Yeah.
You know, that is the other side to Bella. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The real deal.
Yeah, but that's the thing I think, and that's why I made my channel, is because people say, oh, you look lovely in this video and you look lovely in that video, but it's only war paint. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I call it too.
It's just war
there are some people, and I know some people like this, who won't even answer the front door unless they're fully slapped up, fully all sort of with a full face on. They won't even answer.
I made it to show women, because some of the and I love the beauty community, I do, but some of them never come on without the makeup on at all. And if they're showing a product, they'll say, "This is on my face now." Do you know what I mean? So you can see. But I don't. I have nothing on my face, and I put it on. Do you know what I mean? Because majority of people want a bit of confidence, and you can give them confidence by saying, "Well, look, I don't look like this normally." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing is, Bella, then you go to the extremes where a lot of women will not leave the house without makeup on.
I have a friend. Yeah.
Keith Humphreys commented, £65 an hour now at most tattooists.
Yeah.
You think some of these pieces of work that they have, like a sleeve, you know, that's about that could be like 12 hours work.
Well, like Adams, yeah.
I mean, DJ Ian were on about that a few coffee mornings. I mean, the ones that he's had done are in tribute to his nan and his mum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, looking at Ian's, they're tasteful.
And they're beautifully done. They are a piece of art.
They are. There's a meaning behind them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just not. They're not just a bunch of randomness. They're.
Yeah. Basically,
they're sentimental.
Yeah.
My Becca's got a little star, and going up to the sky, just a tiny little thing there. It's Kathy. That's my mum, her nan.
Yeah.
Just a tiny little thing there, but that means something to her, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't really. Mine don't really have any meanings, but same as I say, Pixie's got 3. He's got my name in a love art on one. Obviously, that means and he's got a name on his arm. But then when I had the one done on my hand, he had like five stars.
Yeah.
Have you had them all done since you've been with Pixie?
Yeah, the rose I'd already got done, and I think when he had the love art with my name on it, that's when I had the cherub one done. And then he went back to have after we had Callum, he had Callum's name on his arm.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be right back.
Okay, Vicky.
Yeah. but you know,
this morning.
It was quiet.
I said, it's not many of us this morning.
No, I expect they're all hungover from the football.
DJing did say it, you know, because he was DJing last night and they got the match. They was having the match on.
Yeah.
And he says sometimes, I mean, I don't think they close till 2 a.m. So it's like 3 a.m. big time he gets home. When he says if they won, basically it'd be a late one, but.
Yeah.
You know,
he's done a gig and he's not finished and not got home till that time. He'll need time when he gets home to unwind before he goes to sleep.
Exactly.
So I expect he's fast asleep.
But it sort of did. I spoke to him privately yesterday afternoon because we spoke about it. Obviously, he went live yesterday afternoon and he was doing a walk through the woods and the thing I want to talk to Vicky and whatever about, we were discussing that as well. You know, but that's sort of when he says to her, he says, well, if I don't pop in the morning, he says, it's not that I'm, you know, ignoring you or anything. He says, it could be a very late one. So, but you know, I mean, same as Alex says, I mean, his hobbies are photography and you know, traveling and everything, and you know, I'm
really glad. Alex was a lovely interview, and Dennis was a lovely interview. What a lovely man he is.
I haven't watched Dennis' interview yet, but Alex's
really
interview.
Nice.
I didn't put 2 and 2 together when I saw Emma come in that was Dennis's wife, actually. I mean, you know what I'm like. I forget what somebody's told me the night before.
You know, girl. But I thought I'm really pleased that the last 3 interviews have gone really nice for Keith, because I think he needed that boost after.
Oh yes.
You know, after he felt so bad. I think it's nice for him that the last 3 have gone really, really nicely.
Well, that's it. Same as I say. Oh, some more news as well.
What?
You know, the Carolyn Want to Be Free.
Oh yeah.
She wants to have an introduction with Keith's friend Mick, the Kinks fan.
Ooh.
Oh, who's Carolyn? I don't know her.
She's a lady from America. Now, she was on the other
morning.
Was it last Thursday? I think he goes to his.
Yeah.
Well, the fella is a Kinks fan, and Bella.
I've seen him.
Yeah, well, the only, same as I say, the only way I can describe him is the granddad at Mrs. Brown's Boys. Right down to the flat cap.
Or Mick Fleetwood without the beard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this Carolyn was in the chat, and then she was in the Midnight Ravens the other day, and she was asking me what his name was, and I says his name's Mick. I says if you want to check his YouTube channel, I says I think it's called Think Visual One.
Yeah.
Well, previous to that, while Keith was there, he went on to Carolyn's page, and Mick was saying, "Oh, you know, I like her. She looks lovely." And then in Midnight Raven, she was saying, "What's his name? And is he single?" I says, "Yeah, he's 100% single." And she says, "Oh, can you pass the message on to Keith? Can you ask him to introduce us?" So I thought, "Oh, Gordon Bennett here. I'm going to have to start charging for my services." You know, a tenner an introduction or something like that.
You'd be rich.
Flying Monkey says, "I have SpongeBob SquarePants tattooed on my leg, on my shoulder. I have 3 Lions England. Yeah. Union Jack, Bulldog. Yeah. Oh, Gordon Bennett. Flying Monkey must have a lot of tattoos." What is this Illuminati? What the heck is this? I don't know.
Illuminati. That's do you know the thing? What's it called? The Knights Templar.
No.
Have you seen the Da Vinci Code?
Yeah, so I was just about to say the Da Vinci Code. It's all linked. It's all based. No.
This is why I don't understand what Illuminati is, because I ain't got a clue.
Yeah, Flying Monkey. Can you explain to me?
Emily says, why is everyone getting action but not me?
I'm not getting any action,
Emily, we've just got to work on it.
I'm not getting any action, Emily, so you're not the only one.
Why are liar pants on fire?
Well, I'm not getting any action, thank you.
Well, you're married to Vicky, aren't you? Going married to Vicky.
Action. She's in America and I'm here. It's not happening, is it?
No, Vicky's in Canada, dear.
I'm in Canada, sorry. No, but I was saying to Flying Monkey, if you can explain what the Illuminati is to Jeanette, then that would be fantastic. Because if you've got the Illuminati badge, you must know exactly all about it.
Say, I haven't got the foggiest. That's why I said the Illuminati badge. I haven't got, you know.
Jeanette, don't worry. I had to watch the Da Vinci Code about 14
And also,
times.
it's not, if people, quite a lot of people think, oh, it's to do with anonymous, but it's not anonymous. It's not to do with that or V for Vendetta or anything. It's completely, it's a thing through history. It's fascinating, actually.
Oh,
there is a load of conspiracy theory all about it and stuff.
I don't watch many films either, you see, so, you know.
Could read, there is a book, a proper book, not just a film, because the book came out before the film. But it's history. It goes through history. It's back in the past, back in the days of the Knights Templar and not King Arthur. Well, back in history anyway.
Are you talking about that Dan Brown's book, or?
I'm talking about the real Knights Templar, not
right.
the Vinci Code that Dan Brown wrote, but the proper history stuff to do with it all.
I know Tom Hanks were in it, weren't he?
He was?
Yep.
That bit I do know. Right, on a different subject, Callum went to college yesterday.
Oh, yeah, how did he get on?
He actually came home and he'd made sausage rolls and ginger biscuits, ginger cookies. But then it sort of hit me with your rhythm stick, and he says, I might change and do tourism.
Wow.
Oh.
So because basically, it's all right. I've got the letter, and they do hospitality and tourism, catering and bakery and cabin crew and all this, that and other. So I says, well, what's brought you to that? How do you surmise that one? He says, well, if you do tourism, you're travelling all over the world.
I'm trying to get comfortably.
But the thing is, I was in Ravens and I was saying to her, I was in the chat and I was saying to her, oh, he's changed his mind and he's thinking he might do tourism. But she said her son has done tourism and it's a lot of paperwork and
yeah.
Oh,
it's not so much practical. It's more sort of writing and studying.
But same as I says to him, I says, you know, I'll support you in whatever you want to do. I says, just don't think that if you do tourism, it's sort of jetting all over the world and you're jetting here and everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I says there is a lot of like written work and exam work, blah, blah, blah. I says, but, you know, I says, I'll support you if you do happen to change your mind. I mean, he's got a year yet before he actually makes the decision, because he won't leave school till sort of, you know, May time next year.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So well, you know, just have a think about it. You know, you were all set to do a catering course, and that's why he went to the college. But yeah, he really enjoyed it. So as I say, I sort of just thought it was sort of going and, you know, having a look round the place. But yeah, he came home with sausage rolls and ginger cookies.
There you go.
So obviously, you know, it were a practical session, not just a look round and, you know, this is this and this is this sort of thing.
Oh, wow.
and going back to that, you know how I said I'd forgot to put his bus fare in his...
Oh, yeah.
Well, as look at it, I don't know whether somebody had got a message to them, but because the college is only like just down the road.
Yeah.
So they actually dropped him off rather than taking him back to school. So they dropped him at the end of the road rather than sort of, you know, take him back to school.
Yeah.
So which were good. And I says, oh, you know, did school lend you any money? He says, what are you talking about, mother? I says, well, I noticed, I says, that your bus fare was still on the table. I says, so I rung school and I says, if, you know, blah, 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 can somebody lend him £1 just to get home? He says, well, they've just dropped me off at Endit Road. He says they didn't even take me back to school.
Well, that was good.
You know, problem solved. Plus he had to borrow £1 from school. Emily says sausage sarnie, anyone?
Yes, please. Just changing the subject slightly. I watched and it took me right back to my childhood. Trollbuster's latest video about Tufty the squirrel.
Oh God, did that? Oh my!
And then the background story behind it was hilarious. But I remember watching Tufty when I was little.
I know.
Oh, Flying Monkey says.
Tufty till he come up and they burst the bloom.
Flying Monkey sort of briefly explained. He says the Illuminati started off in Germany, then it moved to America. The Queen of England is part of the Illuminati, and the banks, they ruled the world.
That's not exactly correct. Not actually, if you look back at the Knights Templar properly, Flying Monkey.
Yeah,
that's what you led to believe with all the hype of all the Dan Brown stuff. But if you actually look deeper into it, it's a lot more complicated than that.
Yeah, it goes a lot deeper than people think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't trust none of us trust the government. And also, if you think about the royal family, they're not actually British anyway, because they're Hanoverian. They're German anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, I mean, going back to the government, same as I've said, we
certain keep moving. I'm trying to get me bleeding iPad to stay up.
Bella bing bong.
I mean, it's like all the political parties in the UK. I'm the same as I said, the opposite same part.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
rule for one is one rule for another.
But it's like this. I mean, and I've said it for years and years and years. I don't care what political party gets into power; they're not going to get the country out the shit that it's in.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And that's putting it lightly.
Yeah, that's sort of just putting it politely. You know what I mean?
I used to like Jeremy Corbyn, but I've gone off him now.
I just think they should bring back Full Metal Cami knickers. Unfortunately, they can't.
What's that got to do with it, Adam?
The Iron Lady. Bring back Maggie Thatcher.
Oh, right. Well, this one's not an Iron Lady, is she?
No, she doesn't even know what planet she's on.
Right away out of a paper bag.
Dennis says he loves your T-shirt, Vicky.
I was just going to bring up that red T-shirt.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Did you see the comment that I left, Vicky?
I haven't looked at the comments yet. No. I will. Thank you, DJ. I just got it, so I got it yesterday, so I put the video up last night. But
and the colour suits you because it's my favourite colour.
I'm going to have to watch that. I'm going to catch up. I hardly did anything, caught up with anything yesterday. It was one of them.
Why don't you hold it in your hand, Bella?
I can't get it to stand up. My iPad's it's in a folder that's supposed to stand up.
Well, hold it with your hand, Bella. Then you won't.
I had to laugh out. We always put Good Morning Britain on in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And she was on a boat near the White Cliffs of Dover.
Oh, that's near me.
Yeah, well, it were a little bit choppy this morning.
Is it?
And Piers Morgan and everybody was sat, and he actually got this bucket, and he says, I wish I hadn't decided to do it on the boat because she was like this. And Piers Morgan says, for God's sake, he says, somebody passed me a bin or something. It made him feel nauseous.
Oh my gosh.
And she says to everybody, she says, I do apologise. She says, I think I'm the only one that's got my sea legs this morning. And she says all the production crew and the filming crew were all a bit.
Yeah.
Oh dear! But I had to laugh at that one. She got both arms holding onto these rails that were outside of the boat, and all you could see her she was going like this. And she says, "Well, actually," she says, the sea is quite calm. And Piers Morgan says, he says, you're kidding me. He says it's making me feel nauseous seeing you bobbing about.
I'll be back in a minute. I just need to go and make a drink. Okay
then. But there had been weather forecasts that we was going to have a hurricane.
Oh.
Yeah, she did say that it wasn't true. We haven't got a hurricane coming towards England.
No.
Oh.
So she says the rumours aren't true. No, we haven't got a hurricane.
Holy cow.
So, but yeah, I mean, it looked like
So-
they were, you know, they weren't on a cruise liner or anything like that. It was just like a little boat. But, you know, I mean, it did look quite choppy, actually, the water.
Yeah.
But, you know, she says, well, it you know, this is sort of, it's normal thing. It's not because we're having a hurricane or anything. She says, this is just normal for she says, but we wanted to film the White Cliffs of Dover.
Yeah. Holy cow. That's awesome. Oh,
Yeah,
So,
when they're bone, you see them all, because Sittingbourne's on top of Dover as well.
oh. So yeah, I mean, Keith was saying to me the other night, his brother had been saying to him, you know, when you're coming down to visit, when he says it's 2 years since he's been down to visit his brother.
Oh.
So that's why they've decided to go.
yeah.
You know, and he kept, you know, his brother kept asking him when you're coming down.
Right, is he driving?
I would imagine so, yeah.
A good
Where-
few hours.
How
So-
far is your brother from him? Like an hour or 2 or 3, 4?
Probably from where Keith lives, I'd say about 4.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I would say I wasn't very. See you later, Dennis. Have a good day.
Bye, Dennis.
I mean, you see, where Keith lives, it's classed as Lincolnshire, which is on the east coast of Great Britain.
Yeah.
Now, Sittingbourne is right down
the bottom.
north. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it will be quite a.
Doing my eating. Doing my eating.
So where's Baz this morning? Is he?
Still banging out the seeds.
Oh.
But yeah.
He's best tends to go to sleep very late. It's one
Yeah.
of the things. But I mean, it doesn't cause problems between us. Of course, it doesn't, because we've adapted. But where he was a chef for years,
Yeah.
and he would never get in. He'd close the restaurant, wouldn't get in till 2 o'clock, and then he'd get up at 10 or 11.
You're right.
His body is adapted to that time.
Oh, wow.
So it's
Well,
quite-
it's like, let's say a person does regular nights for X amount of years. It takes a lot of getting used to.
Getting
When
back.
you come off that night shift, you get adapt to going to bed when it's light and getting up when it's light. You know what I mean?
I've got the bloody
You know, it's. Do you know who Tommy Robinson is now?
Tommy Robinson.
No, not got a clue.
Nope.
I've heard the name, but who it is?
I think is he a presenter? Is he a telepresenter or? I can't think.
No, I can't. I will say. I don't know. Okay, then, Nick. I hope you get it. So as I say, he's been saying like he's been missing his drone. You know, like with Keith going out on his and Chris going out on his. His last drone did a flyaway. He lost connection and that were it gone.
Oh. Oh.
Poor thing. Yeah, and you can't find it anywhere.
But you see, I mean, with Chris's, when his just dropped out the sky, I mean, he were lucky he actually found his, but I mean, it were all smashed up. But, you know, that's sort of no consolation, the fact that it's smashed to smithereens. But, you know, when it flies off and, you know, that's it, you never see it again. But you see,
Yeah.
that's the downside of having a drone. It relies on like satellite signals and If it's a bit windy, you can't, you know, and then if it's too sunny and too hot, I mean, because that's why Chris has not been out on his, you know, the past so many days, because it's been that hot. Sometimes the battery can overheat in it as well. If the, you know, the weather's too hot as well.
I'd never understand a drone. I've just got to know my camera on my phone. I could never do it. I've never managed a drone.
Yeah. It's remote control. We don't like it.
Hard for me.
You see, this is one reason why I'm too scared to fly the drone, because I'm thinking to myself, well, knowing my luck, I'd have a go on it, and the blooming thing would either drop out at the sky or it'd lose it.
That's my feeling with me.
Same as me, I'd be too much.
You know, and it keeps saying to me, well, you know, I don't mind having a go, and I'd just feel awful if it flew off and they never seen it again.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're not cheap, if you know what I mean.
I expect, knowing me, I'd crash it into something like when I was younger. If I went on a go-kart, I crashed it. So I'm useless at that sort of thing.
You know, it's
coordination. So
he's let Gail fly when he got Betty, and he's let Callum fly this one. But I'm so nervous. I mean,
I would be.
That's one of the reasons why I don't drive either. Because I always say, well, I'm a bad enough backseat passenger. We are actually getting into the driving seat.
Yeah.
You see, this sort of, you know, this all boils down to when I was expecting Callum, a woman pulled out in front of us, and Chris had to swerve to miss it, and we went into a brick wall. So you know, it were her word against ours. I mean, she said, oh, I indicated and everything, but she didn't. She just pulled straight out in front of us. So there were only me and Chris in car, and in her car, there were her and her mum. So obviously her mum says, oh, yeah, she indicated blah, blah, blah. And me and Chris says, well, no, she didn't. We never saw her indicate. We were driving down a main road, and she sort of just pulled out in front of him.
Yeah.
So obviously to avoid hitting her, he swerved, but ended up across the side of the road in a brick wall.
And you were pregnant?
And I were 8 months pregnant with Callum.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, when I'm sat there, and obviously I got the seatbelt and everything on, and I'm going, oh. And she says, oh, are you all right? I says, I'm a bleeping all right. I says, I'm 8 months pregnant. I says, and we end up crashing into a brick wall. I says, what do you think?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, I says, do I look all right? Anyway, she rang for the ambulance. Ambulance came, and I ended up down at the hospital. I'm sat there, and I've got O negative blood, you see. So I have to have like an injection. I had to have this, what they call anti-D injection.
Yeah. Because
if you have any trauma or anything, you know, your blood can get contaminated.
Yeah.
So I ended up having that, and I'm sat there in blooming accident and emergency. And I'm going, whew. And she says, what's up? I says, I keep getting, you know, pain. So she went, you know, they didn't know what to do. She says, I've just run for an ambulance, because you see at the time the maternity unit wasn't part of the main hospital.
Mm-hmm.
It was like separate to the main hospital. It was sort of, you know, next door to the hospital. So she says, I've just called for an ambulance. She says, we don't want a baby being born here. Oh, yes, thank you very much. You know what I mean?
We don't want a baby born in the hospital. No.
I WrestleMania. So she says, I've just run through. She says they'll come as quick as they can. I mean, they'd only got sort of ambulance thing was, you know, right next door. I mean, in all honesty, I mean, if push come to shove, I could have walked it quicker.
Yeah.
But she insisted on calling this ambulance to take me over there.
Right.
I wasn't in labour. I think it was just the shock and everything from the crash, and
Right, I'm going to go because I've got to open the windows in here. It's like a sauna in here, and I've got to do the ironing when I finish.
Oh, no, not the ironing.
I hate it. It's the worst job. I think we should all get. I said to Beth, get clothes made of J-cloth material.
Exactly.
Bring them out.
Tommy, she's Flying Monkey says Tommy Robinson used to be the leader of the BNP. He left the BNP last year. Now he has started his own party. Hi, Kate. How are you?
Hi, Kate.
Right, I'm off, guys. Jeanette, ring me or text me when you want us.
Yeah, same as I say, it'll be later on, obviously, after this, and we'll have a private discussion on Hangouts and whatever.
Just ring me or text me or whatever.
Yeah, okay then.
See you later, guys.
Yeah,
Bye.
see you later.
Bye.
Enjoy your ironing.
I was gonna say to you, I had a friend of mine. She was in her buddy's car, and he was backing out of her driveway. And as they were backing out, a lady had come up the street and rear-ended them so hard that it spun them and knocked the glasses off her face. And so the next thing you know, she says she looks out the window as, you know, when they stopped, and here's a lady running down the road, and she left the car there. Well, next thing you know, she comes back with another person, right? And so when they went to court, the story was this person she went to run for was driving, and she goes, oh no, that person was not driving. This person was driving, and apparently that she had she had no license. She wasn't insured to drive the car and everything else. So, and they tried to get away with it that way. And I'm like, I can't believe that people will stoop to that kind of level to be like, oh no, she was driving and everything else. She goes, I watched you run down the street to your house and grab someone out of the house and come back. So like I just think that's just disgusting.
Yeah. Well, same as I say, I mean, I only spent the night in hospital as a precaution.
Yeah.
But that's not the case, you know, that's not the, you know, what same as I said. That woman had caused me, I could have gone into labour.
Yep. She could have sent you into early labour, yep.
You know what I mean? Yep. But, you know, for her stupidity, I ended up having to spend the night in hospital.
Yeah.
It cost us about £800 to get the car fixed. And she were denying all responsibility and saying, you know, when it come down to the insurance, it were our word against hers, basically, because she got a mother in the car and she were backing her up. Me and Chris were in our car, and obviously, you know, so it came down to, you know, it were our word against her. She you know, she kept saying, you know, I indicated that you saw me pulling out. No, she didn't indicate. She just pulled out straight in front of us.
Yeah, that's not right. I don't like that people do that. I mean, you know what? If you made a mistake, admit to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Done with. Like, you may not like the outcome or the punishment, but at least, you know, you're being honest. And that's.
Hi, Mark, please. How are you? But yeah, I mean, and then actually, when I did go into labour, we still hadn't got the car back from the repair shop.
Oh, boy.
So I ended up having to call an ambulance. So, you know, same as it has a knock-on effect. You know what I mean? When I actually did go into labour, we ended up having to call an ambulance out because we hadn't got the car.
Yeah.
So I've just sent Kate an invitation. She's in the bath.
I sent her one as well, but she's in the bath.
Oh, right.
I'm in Bathington.
She's in the bath.
But yeah, you know, it's you know, these things happen, and you know, I'm still here. Callum's here to tell the tale, if so to speak. But you know, it just goes to show you what sort of drive. And ever since then, I've been a nervous wreck in the car, because that was the actually first time I'd ever been involved in an accident.
Yeah.
But it does, you know, I mean, I've got a nervous disposition as it is, so that made me even worse.
My mom, the first car accident she got into was the last time she ever drove. Yeah.
You know, and sort of, you know, sort of since I've lost the weight, Chris keeps.
You bet. Good call.
Yeah, I was just, yeah, thank you, Mark. I was just about to do that. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. And all I've got to say to that person is,
Yeah,
Yep.
me too.
Yep. I feel the same.
so what is that person doing then? Have
Yeah.
they got a job?
At the time of the day.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at their channel a second because I've got.
Well,
yeah, hold on. Doesn't have any content, no subscribers. What a surprise!
Yeah.
And I'm going to block user because I don't want to have anything to do with that user.
Mark Plains has blocked him anyway.
No, I meant me personally. I've gone on to his YouTube, personally blocked him.
Well, so. I mean, the 666 gives it away.
Yeah, and also if you look at his little profile picture.
But yeah, I mean, if you're still watching, you've got to want to talk because what you're doing on here in first place.
Yeah,
exactly.
I just don't get. You know what? I don't get people these days. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, Mark, he hasn't made me feel bad because I couldn't get stuff.
Exactly. I laugh in the face of you trolls.
Yeah, and all I've got to say to the troll is, walk a day in mine, Vicky's and Bossman's shoes.
Yep.
Yeah, you need fucking big shoes. Sorry, you need very big shoes. Sorry.
Yeah. You know what? Crawl back under the bridge you came out from under.
Well, yeah.
There's only one troll we allow in here, and that's Trollbuster. So go away.
We like Trollbuster.
But yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm like out of it today. My allergies are going crazy.
That's like Jeanette was yesterday.
Oh, terrible. I mean, we actually watched it back when we were in bed last night, and Chris says, oh my God, he says you sounded terrible. I said, I felt terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm still feeling the same way I was yesterday. It just, now my allergies have made it worse. So it's like,
bless you, Vicky.
But yeah, I mean, it is a bit cooler here today. I mean, the sun's not out or anything, but it's funny what a difference day makes, isn't it?
Yeah.
And because yesterday you had nice sun, but here, yesterday here it was a bit overcast, but today it's lovely. Yeah. It's a bit cooler, but the sun's out. It's nice. But no, who's back? I don't know, Emily.
Emily.
David, Boris. No idea. Sorry, Emily.
Oh, dear. Oh, you missed all the fun, Emily.
Yeah. We just had a devil give us a view.
I'm going to say we've just had the Antichrist in.
I was just going to say that Satan was here. You missed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the political correct term is the Antichrist.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Oh, crap. Yeah.
A bit like anti-venom.
And neither of them are any good.
Yeah. That's right.
There's only one who we should have in here, and he is for hilarious. He cracks me up. He's got the good one.
That's it. Yeah.
Get it on camera.
Trollbuster or got the good one. They're the ones we like.
Well, trust Emily. She was busy stuffing her face, she says.
Oh, is that you, Emily?
I thought if I had something to eat, it would wake me up a bit more. Darn it, I gotta have more. No, I went shopping yesterday, Jeanette. I was telling this to Adam. I said I had my child support came in, and so I said, okay, I have to go get groceries. So we went to a different store. It's called Giant Tiger, right? And it's almost like a discount store.
Yeah.
And but they have groceries and they have clothing. They have everything. So I went there and I'm like, oh, look, they have this. Oh, my gosh, they have this. Oh, that's a good deal. Yeah, $400 later. My entire child support check is gone. I think I have $12 left.
And that wasn't even anything. None of that was on the shopping list. That was all extras.
We've got Gail in the house. She says, morning all. I can't sleep. I hate working nights.
Good morning, Gail.
Hi, Gail. I like Gail. She's pretty cool people.
We were just about working nights earlier on, and you know, it's like if you work nights for X amount of time, you know, let's say you work regular nights, your body clock sort of gets used to it.
Yeah.
And when you don't do nights, you've got a heck of a job trying to get used to another sleeping pattern, haven't you?
Yeah.
Sleeping pattern. What's that?
Yeah,
no, Emmy, you can say what you're thinking. Go on, I dare you.
Yeah, I'm like, say it.
Double dares you and Vicky triple dares you.
Yes.
So you have to say it now, Emmy.
Emily said she's going to draw me a picture.
Yes.
She sent me a picture. She's drawn me a picture and sent it. On
Gail's put.
I know, it's hilarious.
Well, I actually said that the other day, you know, like with my allergies and everything. I says, my eyes, but I didn't say P holes. I said,
yeah,
PISS.
Push.
Sort of, I was like, my eyes were nearly closed and they're itching and everything.
In your dreams, Emily,
Emily?
If you wish you were stuffing your face with something else.
Yeah, don't worry, Gail. I feel the same way. I can barely open my eyes right now.
But yeah, I mean, one thing, I you know, I've never worked shifts. I've sort of used to do like, you know, a day shift and that was it. I've never actually done a job which required me to do shifts.
I worked
so I'm lucky in that respect because you go under your shift and know that, you know, you get to go to bed at night rather than having to go to work.
Yeah.
So I've been lucky in that respect that I've never actually had to do shifts.
Yeah.
So
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it, Vicky.
I worked a job.
TMI, Emily.
Oh, you behave yourself. There's none of that talking here, Emily. Oh.
I'm shocked. I worked when I lived out in Edmonton, Alberta for a couple of years, and I used to work at a video store at night back when they had video stores. But I worked the midnight shift, so I'd get there about 11, and I'd work till like 7 a.m. the next morning. And I found myself on the bus most times. I'd have to be careful because I would fall asleep.
I was just about to say the same thing. Actually, I thought, well, if I had to ever had to work a night shift, come about 2 o'clock, and I'd be sat there and I'd be. You know, well, let's say, for instance, it were in a petrol, you know, like some of the petrol stations around here are open 24 hours. I'll be sat in there and everybody, you know, be coming in, filling the cars up and driving off.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on the panel and say that. Come on, Em, if you're brave enough. Come on, Em. No, it's always me who gets the blinking.
I was going to say everybody's blaming you.
I know, there's nothing new there.
Okay, then, Angel. Maybe another day. I mean, you know, we've just got the right amount at the moment. Plus, I have sent other invitations out.
Yeah, we're waiting on other people.
Gail says I go through an hyperbonkers stage.
Emily said we're all right there. Sorry, Vicky, you didn't hear that. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. That's it, Adam. It's divorce time. Forget it. Yeah, like you're devastated.
Hello, Pixie.
He normally goes to chip shop on a mind you, we had chips yesterday, didn't we?
He couldn't do it 2 days in a row. Naughty Pixie.
I was going to say that's probably why he's just got a cheese sarnie.
Yeah. Yum, yum, yum. Yeah, it's 12. It's heading that way to lunchtime even.
Okay. It's breakfast here, and I'm eating candy.
Well,
Mark.
it's one of them cases, Adam, where he has to sort of, when he gets to sort of, when they're going on to the next job,
Yeah.
right, we better get a quick sandwich or something now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So it's all right for some eating lunch at this time of day.
No, or brunch. Vicky, you can't say Pixie. I'm upset and offended now, Vicky. in front of me.
Well, I'm going to tell you a funny story now. You know the new guy that started?
Yes.
Right. Well, one of the coffee mornings, Chris was sat watching it while they was having the 11's coffee break, right? And his name's Richard. So it says to Chris, I reminded him of Eileen out of Coronation Street.
No.
And he says to Chris, he says, can you get her autograph for me? Can you? Me?
Oh,
And I went, well, that's a first. Somebody wanted me autograph. Oh, dear. Yeah. It says I look like Eileen out of Coronation Street.
You do kind of. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and that's when it came in the chat and he says, Richard says, you look like Eileen out of Coronation Street. And I says, well, don't know whether to take that as a compliment or a, you know.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, Adam. If I was in the UK, I'd be with you, only you. Don't worry. No.
Taxi.
How fast can I pay for
Or if we're in a restaurant, check please.
Mm-hmm.
Get your coat pulled.
Yeah, right. You wouldn't be able to handle me.
You wouldn't be able to handle me.
Is that a challenge? No.
Possibly.
Well, I definitely have to come over in September now.
Challenge accepted.
Yes. Yes. Being on your panels is turning me, I'm telling you.
Well, we love you on our panels.
Oh, you guys are awesome. Jason's so much fun, though. Between Jason and William, I'm like, no offense, Mark, but Jason and William, they're too funny.
I know. Mark's funny completely in his own different world with his Irish Siri.
Yes, and his Lego man.
Oh, he's Lego. You have to get it right. Lego, because he's Irish. Lego.
All right.
If the normal, it'd be Lego for us lot, but for him, it's Lego.
Yeah. Lego movies. But he says he's finished that Eagle VP one. He's working on a couple of them.
Yeah.
Fruit flies.
I've had funny thing is and it like got a little orange body.
Oh.
Like not a midge, but not a fly, but not a midge, if you know what I mean. In between thighs, and it sort of landed on, because I've got the laptop on a wooden table, and it sort of landed on the wooden table here, and I'm going, hoping nobody had noticed me sort of.
Oh, you greedy pig pixie. Oink, oink.
And Gail says here it's legal in Wales. I know. Talking about food.
Yeah, he's demolished his cheese salad sarnie. Now he's going to demolish a sausage roll, you pig.
That were a little midge.
That's no way to talk about Pixie. She's being rude about you again. Little Midge.
What Rimati karate kid, Mr. Miyagi?
Yeah.
That's my move.
Now you know your secret name, Pixie. It's Little Midge. Little Midge.
Oh God, they done me head in. I mean, I were on Chris did a live stream other week, and one landed on my arm, and I went, "Oh, that hurt." But I got bare arms at the time, and I seen it land on my arm, and
But did you guess it though? Or
yeah.
Did it fall off the feet?
Hey, I'm quick off the mark, me.
She's got a quick finger when she's in the chat too.
Yeah. The only thing is, I sort of whacked it that hard. I hate myself in process, and I'm sat there going like this. What they say, you don't know your own strengths, don't you?
Exactly.
Well, I had in here, the kids had left the front door open, and I had the recycling out in the front, and I guess the flies had got to it. And they had the door open. Of course, you know, every fly known to man had to find my house. So I'm sitting here one day, and I'm trying to do unboxing videos because I like to do a few, so I have a few backed up. And I'm sitting here, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that buzzing is driving me crazy. So I pulled out the wasp spray, right? And I just sprayed because I have to buy new curtains anyway. So I just sprayed right through the curtain. And I swear to you, it sounded like they were screaming. Oh my gosh.
You're laughing at what I'm laughing at.
Put down. Oh, cold, big man, quicker than a human eye.
Oh dear, that's why we're laughing at.
One of the most annoying things about that happens, you get like a blue bottle or something in your house.
Yeah.
And if you've got pets like dog or whatever, and they keep trying to get the fly, but they can't because it's too quick. Oh, and you hear this buzzing, and then you hear the dog going, no.
Yeah, so I sprayed it, and I guess there was a few because they were behind the curtain, right? So it was driving me even more nuts. And all of a sudden, the buzz that they have got so loud, it sounded like they were screaming, and I'm like, what is in this freaking wasp spray?
Very spray.
But it killed them. There's no more.
I was going to say that. Well, you're going to laugh about this. It's all right. I'm just moving me. I sat here one day, and Chris is just calling me. Talk among yourselves.
Okay.
So
Gordon Bennett, that not.
There we go.
So, my love, Vicky. Hello.
Yes, dear Adam, how are you?
Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes.
Well, I was telling my friends last night I said, oh, I love my friends in the UK. I said, they're a hoot. And she goes, well, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm married to one. I said, I'm pregnant by another. One of them wants to send my son stuff because he's her superhero. The other one has to crush on the other one. And I'm like...
It's complicated, our love stories, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Is it? Yes, we do. Oh, we need a candle and a violin and some roses and yeah, Gail.
Oh, hi, Raven. Morning.
Hi, Raven. How are you? I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, hopefully you are. Yes, because you've been poorly.
Yeah. My neighbor, holy crap, she has bronchitis.
Oh.
And it's so bad. She can't hardly talk and everything because she's so congested. It's so bad. I feel so bad. Like I have chronic bronchitis and I get sick at least once a year, but when I do, it lasts for over a month or whatever, right? But she sounded so bad yesterday. I was like, I felt so sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, yay! Midnight Stitches are out.
What's man chat up line for Raven?
Okay.
So what is my supposed chat up line for Raven?
I don't know.
Nor do I.
Do I really need to? I think we really need to sign that prenup, Adam.
Yeah, I think we do as well. Oh, which means Al getting
It's been a long night, has it, Gail? Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Holy cow, that's funny. Oh, you're popular today.
No, it's only email. It's only my email. Telling me I've got emails. Really, really interesting. One's from Zavi, one's from Netflix, one's from EMP, one's from Groupon, one's from Amazon, and one's from Twitter. So really exciting.
Yep. So where are we going for our first date? But we've never been on a date. I don't,
first date. Because it depends if we're going to. It depends where in the UK we meet. You know.
I don't know, because I know that. I don't know if you're having another meetup in September, and if you are, I'm coming over with Crimson. And don't worry, I'm not joining the Mile High Club. I won't be cheating on you. Nando's.
Debbie, hey, not Nando's. No, we won't go Nando's.
We have a Nando's out here. We
could go Nando's if you want.
Okay. Yep. Nando's is
or
actually
Taco
really
Bell or Subway. Subway's
good.
Yeah, we'll go Subway. We'll do
right.
Subway. There we go.
That way we can choose our.
Right, that's a date.
There we go. Oh, there we go. We'll have Emily come along and play romantic guitar music.
Yay!
Well.
All right, we'll go to McDonald's then. Okay.
As long as it's free, Emily.
Yeah, if you're buying, we'll go to McDonald's.
Yes. So that little young man yesterday that you had on there, oh my gosh.
He wouldn't shut up, would he? That Nike Air, whatever is.
Yeah.
Oh my word. He doesn't know when. He didn't know when to be quiet.
Oh my gosh. I'm just, you know what? And then he came back on to apologize, and he like made his mic so loud that
I know.
Who we're talking about now?
Someone who came onto my live stream yesterday he's only 16, he's in America, but he to begin with, you couldn't hear what he was saying because his microphone was too far away from his mouth, and then all of a sudden it was right up close to his mouth. And he was very hyper.
It was enough to blow your ears out.
Oh yes.
Gosh. And then Dewey muted him and Adam muted him, and then he just went off the panel, and he come back on and he says, I'm really sorry for my behavior. And next thing you know, his mic is up super loud again, and we're all going deaf. And it's like, he's 16, but holy crap.
I think he was younger than 16.
Me too.
Oh, guess what I'm watching.
We watching. Oh, my video.
Oh, your T-shirt.
My T-shirt, which is over there because I took it off last night.
Wait, red.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll make a comment later. As I say, I'd sort of just started it running when Chris rung.
Yeah.
It was very annoying, Raven. I don't think I'll be having him on the panel again, don't you?
Yeah, he sounds like he could be a sweetheart, but he seemed like he was really young. And then he says, "I'm going to do a face reveal," and he puts a mask on, glasses. And I'm like, what the heck?
Well, you get them sort of people on your panel that you don't know what to do with, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know whether Angel's still watching, but we've sort of had a little bit of an incident with him before on Kate's, but.
All right.
Yeah, it was.
The other one who is a sweetheart, who sometimes makes sense and sometimes doesn't, but he does go on a little bit about, can you come and watch my channel? Can you come and watch? But I understand why he does that. It's because of his autism and stuff. And that's Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob, actually, he was really calm.
I know, he's lovely, Jacob. I do like Jacob.
And I noticed you'd added him to the group as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was asking about to be added, and also we added Dory.
Well, that lady Dory. by the way.
Yeah.
Dory, is Sarah Burchett's friend?
No, I'm on about the one that the lady that you'd added to the group.
Yeah, Dory. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I said this morning, I says, I got a suspicion that was who it was.
Yeah, Victoria is Dory.
Yeah.
She suffers with fibromyalgia and all sorts of other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what Chris has put?
Yeah, he keeps wanting to eject that.
Oh, Pixie, football's coming.
Don't eject my husband.
Yeah. I love you, Chris. I don't have any problems with you really much.
Gail, I'll sort of,
Yeah.
you know, about that.
Mm.
Yeah.
We don't mention her.
Or the other one.
Yeah, they're on the banned list.
Bugger off, he says.
And I've got an extra person to add now to my banned list. Not Chris. No, Chris is fine at the moment. You're still okay at the moment, Chris.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the other one, yes. Yeah, I know.
Javon Zombie.
Yeah. Midnight Raven says hashtag no comment. Well, I'll get in contact with you, Gail, and sort of bring you up to speed.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I've got to ring Bella and Vicky on Hangout, sort of. Chris knows what I'm talking about because I informed him yesterday. But yeah, you know, you're gonna laugh when I tell you.
Yeah.
It's you know. I mean, it's like the other person we refuse to talk about as well.
Yes. Yeah.
You've always lost, Pixie, so don't worry.
What I told you about yesterday when I was talking to Ian, does that jog your memory?
Pixie's been asleep since then. He won't know what you're on about.
But yes, it's what I told you yesterday afternoon after coming off Hangouts with DJ Ian yesterday afternoon.
Yeah. That's funny. It was funny. What was it?
Well, it's like me. Chris can tell me something night before, and next morning by the time I get up, I forgot what he told me. It was like, I mean, Emily's going to laugh at this. When they did the drunken Pixie and Eagle thing, she'd said in the chat something, and I says, you'll have to, you know, message me in the morning, or, you know, they'll have forgot by morning. Gets up that next morning, I says, well, Emily told me something last night, and I can't think what she told me. I forgot, and I was sober one.
Oh my gosh!
So I'd complete, and I says, well, I know Emily told me something. I says, but I can't for life on me think what it were, and I had to message it, and I says, I've completely forgot what you told me.
Yeah.
I says, and I was sober one.
I'm going to have to go in a minute or two because I've got to take Max for a you-know-what.
Well, I'm not going on much longer anyway, and then I'll I'll give Vicky and Bella a quick tinkle.
Okay.
One who cannot be named makes $99 for an hour phone consult. I kid you not. Well, I won't waste 1 cent on it.
No, not when you have the word he says.
You know, yeah, I won't even pay 1 cent to listen to that.
I want to see credentials before I trust anything it says. Well, in that case, I'm staying. No.
Pixie, sit on. No, I won't say that. That's rude.
He says he's only joking.
Oh, he knows.
I'm not though. No, I am. Right, that's that.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
right. Can I just say something, Chris? Right, you're on the naughty list for Christmas. Jeanette's on the good list. So, you know.
The only thing I've got to say about what Random said is it one of these heavy
breathing.
Yeah.
You're a wizard, Harry.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, I know. Sorry.
It's all right. It's all right, Vicky.
I know somebody told me that he doesn't have the credentials. He's not really a life coach.
He's not.
No.
And I got up one morning and that said person has lost his monetization. Ha ha.
Yep. Well, I mean, I can't blame them for taking it away. I mean, look at everything that I just don't like the way he talks to people sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, he talks all nice 1 minute, and then the minute they're gone, he's like, oh, guess what?
Pixie's on form this morning.
Yeah,
this is what gets excited, not droopy jaws lol when I call up.
Oh, boy. That sandwich did you good, Pixie. Yeah, there you go. It's a prank line for him.
Oh, dear. Well, I won't believe a word that comes out his mouth.
Yeah.
So for any of the 10 viewers that's watching, you know, we can give it rats pedoody.
Yeah, well, the thing was, it made me laugh. They made a comment about the fact that, you know, James is losing supporters and this and that, the other thing. And next thing you know, I'm looking at the amount of people that Eli had in. Sorry. Oh my gosh, can't mention. I just swore.
And Vicky, she's just.
Oh, sorry.
Naughty word came out of mouth.
There we go. It's gone. It'll never be said again. Oh my gosh.
My wife being potty mouthed again.
Yeah,
My wife being potty mouthed again. Oh my God.
And Chris says it's the mayo. It's sent him hyper.
Right, I'm going to go, and I will see you all later. Have fun. Don't do anything I wouldn't.
Yep,
well, that's up for debate.
Yes, at least I didn't say that other one.
I'm going out for cappuccino and lunch, so.
Woohoo! So have fun.
He's got his little bag, look.
Yeah, my man bag. Yeah.
He's got his little bag. I'm sorry.
And as they call them in the USA, well, it's not exactly a
fanny pack.
Yeah. We
Yep.
call them bum bags.
Yeah, that's it.
And Emily's but swanky.
Yeah, it's a cool one because it's a super dry one, so it's allowed.
Oh, so that just makes it all much more better, right?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, Emily. Bye, Raven. Bye, Gail. Bye, Jeanette. Bye, Vicky.
Yeah. Bye, John Boy.
Bye, Pixie. Sorry, I forgot you were there. I'll speak to you all later.
See you later.
Bye, Adam.
Bye.
Bye.
Now you can talk about me behind my back, so it's all right because I'm going, so it's okay. Bye, Emma. Bye.
Bye. Oh dear.
Oh, good kid. He's gone. No, I'm just trying.
Well, I saw him put his phone in his bag, so I don't think he'll be listening on the phone either.
No, that's right. That's right. Unless he comes back on really quick before he goes back on.
You'll be on the naughty step next, Vicky.
That's right. I will be. Oh, man. What was I saying?
Does Gail want to come on the panel quickly?
Yeah.
Instead of 3 ladies, we now have 2.
Well,
he's on good form this morning.
He is, yeah, was definitely something in that sandwich other than the mayo. Yeah, but yeah, I was gonna say the minute that a couple of people left an interview, it was Badmouth City. I don't like that, but anyways, I'll leave it alone. Ouch!
She's still in bed.
Oh,
I think she's hoping we send her to sleep. You see, Vicky.
yeah, excuses, Gail. I tell you.
What would you want to do that for, Emily?
Yeah, bonehead.
That was a silly thing to do.
Mike, it was funny. Carter, he says he stubs his toe on the chair all the time. Okay, and he's so dramatic. He'll stub his toe and he'll be like literally the face. And I'm like, dude, what did you do? You go and stub my toe, and I'm like, that was a stupid thing to do. Why'd you go and do that? And he's like, I didn't do it on purpose. I said,
when he came down yesterday, and he says, I've crushed my foot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yesterday. I'm like, how did you crush your foot? And he goes, well, it's something hit it. And I'm like, so you didn't crush it, something fell on it. Like, hello. He's so dramatic. Like, if you heard him half the time, you guys would be blown away. I'll ask him to do something, and he'll get up to go do it, and he'll be super sad because I've asked him. And then 2 seconds later, oh, my legs are sore.
I know somebody else that's like that.
Oh my gosh, it's so hilarious. I'm like,
you ask Callum to do something, and he moans more, and by the time he's done moaning, it would have been quicker to have done it in first place.
Yeah, I always tell them, I go, look, you know what, just do it when I ask, and then 10 minutes later, when you want to play, you don't have to worry about doing it. Like, why do they not get this concept?
Well, it's like Callum. You sort of say, well, go and get so-and-so. Well, where is it? And then when he actually does go and find, or try to find it, he'll say, I can't find it. And you go in and find it yourself in 2 seconds flat. And it's like, unless it jumps out and bites him on the nose, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Carter's the same way. It'd be like this. My nail. I go, can you get my nail file? And it's right in front of his face. And he'd be like, I don't see it.
Yeah.
Doing it on purpose.
Chris has just said he'll pretend he can't find stuff when we ask him to get it. He does.
Yep. Carter does the same thing. Yeah, he's just
even if you go into detail and you say, let's say, for instance, I send him for a pair of underpants.
Yeah.
They're in such and such a drawer. What I can't find them. You have to be sort of, well, it's in that chest of drawers. It's in a certain drawer. But unless he opens drawer and it jumps out and it's him in face, it makes out he can't find it.
Yeah, it's in the same drawer every day. I say this to Sean, like, our garbage night to take the garbage out to the curb is every Monday night. Yeah, yeah,
unless it's cake, you don't have no problem finding it.
But oh my gosh, but garbage is every Monday night, and we do the recycling and we do the garbage and everything else in the green bin. And I said, you'd figure we've been here almost 20 years and it's never changed, and he still forgets to do it.
Well, you see, the thing is with Callum as well. I mean, like, how we've got the coffee machine and whatever. So because they drip a lot, I don't like to put them in the normal bin, because if you put them in the normal bin, all the residue is left dripping all over the place. So when you actually take the bin liner out, you've got all crap in the bottom of the bin.
Yeah.
So what I tend to do is we've got some old ice cream tubs. So we actually put the pods in there, but when they get to a certain stage, I empty them.
Yeah.
But I double bag like the shopping bags that you get your shopping in and everything. I double bag it. I put them in there. And I was just doing it yesterday afternoon. And I says, Callum, can you take this out to the bin? And then it comes, we've got a black bin, which is like normal waste.
Yeah.
We've got a blue bin for glass, tins and everything else, but then we've got like a small box for like cardboard and paper and things like that. So I hands it to him and I says, can you just chuck me this in the bin? And then he gets to the door and then he'll say, well, which bin should I put them in? You know, we've only got 2 big bins in a box.
Yeah.
He knows the blue one's for recycling and the black one is for normal stuff. And he gets to the door and he says, well, which bin should I put them in? You know, you sort of don't have to be a rocket scientist to work that one out, Callum.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to do it. I like what Gail's put. Put the pants
put pants in the cake.
Lemon pant pie. Oh, that's funny. Oh my gosh.
But you know, unless it's something of significance and it's something of benefit to him, yeah, he can find it like that.
Yeah, my kids are the same way.
You know, it's not just thing because if you ask him to get something that's not of any significance to him, you know, he can't find it.
Yeah.
But you know, if you were to say, oh well, there's £100 somewhere, or you know, there's an Xbox game in a certain place, he'd find it straight away.
Oh yeah. Yep. No, I have the same thing. And the thing is, my kids are like, because I give them a certain amount for allowance every week. And the thing is, like, I'll be like, okay, you have your list, because I have to list it on the wall or they'll never do them. But I have a list of their chores, what days they have to do them on and everything else. And they still don't do it. It's right there. I can see it. I can read it from here. And they're like, oh, I didn't know. I'm like, okay, you know what? Now you're just playing stupid. I hate that word, but they just, you know. Yeah, exactly. Show me.
They show me the money.
But it's like, I'll say to Austin, I need you to do a special job for me today. He's like, well, how much you paying me? I went, nothing. If you questions. Nothing.
What's it worth?
Yeah, what's it worth? You won't get grounded?
Yeah. Or you'll have a ban on whatever games you're playing or whatever.
I got smart on that one. I know when they like to argue. Carter and Austin, they love each other to death, and Austin would do anything to protect Carter. But when it comes down to it, the two of them are at each other's throats all the time. And so I got smart. I grounded them, and they're like, we can do what Sean does. We'll sneak and we'll play it anyways, right? No, I took the cords and I took the controllers. Like, okay, now try and play it.
Well, you see, the thing is as well, what Callum started doing. I mean, no.
Yeah.
No. While the World Cup's been on, you see, when Callum comes down, before he goes to bed, he brings his game controller, he brings his phone, and then any like media pad or anything.
Yeah.
So we make sure that he brings them down, so we know that he's not, you know, once he goes to bed, he's not messing about and he's not playing on anything, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know why Chris had to go upstairs. He had to go upstairs for some reason. And I heard him thinking, he comes down and he went, I had to listen at Callum's door. He says, you know what the crafty so-and-so had done? He'd got the radio. He's got like a clock radio. And he was listening to the football on the clock radio. But, you know, I mean, we let him stop up when England, like, we'll let him stop up a bit later. You know what I mean? Especially like that is the only time that we let him thing. But when all the matches have been on, you know, is one of these, it's like Pixie likes his sleep and is a grumpy so-and-so in the morning if he don't get the right sleep. But yeah, Chris snuck up and he were listening to the radio on his clock radio.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, what Reagan just said. I don't agree with letting them have the game control, the game consoles in their room.
We see you see that's basically why we have he brings it down here, because Callum's got one of the rechargeable type.
Yeah.
So once he's done, you know, whenever before he goes to bed, he brings it down anyway to put it on charge.
Yeah.
But I mean, we started having to take his phone and everything off him because he were like laying in bed and he were playing on his phone or he were playing on his media pad, etc. when he went to bed. So that's why we said, right, look, you know, in future, everything comes down here when you go to bed.
No. That's the one thing, though, like with that, like Austin's the same way in that sense. If he has an iPad or anything up there, he'll be up to 5 a.m. watching videos and playing on the iPad. And I'm like, yeah, no, not no more. You're going to bring it down here at night.
Well, this is it. Like, this is one of the reasons why we made sure that Callum brought all his stuff down, because it's all right him sort of being on his phone or whatever till X amount or time in the morning. But then it you know, it's detrimental to them the next morning because they haven't, I mean, like we get up at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's detrimental to them because he's going to be tired the next morning. And when you know, he's doing his exams and whatever, you can't be doing that.
No.
See you later.
Yep.
Just after 4 o'clock or thereabouts.
Yeah. Or is he off? Does he have his partner with him today?
Yes.
Oh,
his partner's mother-in-law is out of the hospital.
Oh, thank God.
So, but I don't think she's still not well. No. But I think it's sort of, you know, she's better than what she was.
Good. Oh, that's good.
So,
tough thing is, like, you don't get along with her and you kind of hate each other, but in the end, it's like you don't want them suffering either.
Well, this is it. But you know, I mean, she's quite old, and you know, same as he says, he felt like she were giving up, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, the reason why she weren't eating or anything was she was that ill, like she was virgin on septicemia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got that bad that, you know, she was on the verge of septicemia.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can sort of understand why she weren't well and she weren't eating or anything, you know. But
yeah,
I mean, when you're of a certain age, it gets harder to fight these things off, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying. Like, when I was sick when I was a kid, it lasted a couple of days and it was done. But I've always had a bit of a problem with it because I was born with croup and bronchitis. So I have chronic bronchitis. I get sick all the time. But as I've gotten older, it's not so bad. But it lasts like a month, you know, and then I'm done for the year. But still.
See you, Gail. Try and get some sleep, and it's not. I think she's getting a little confused. It's midday.
Yeah.
Yeah, try and get some more sleep before the night shift tonight. Otherwise, you'll have a crap evening.
Yeah. Bye, Gail.
See you later, Gail.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's you know,
I would trade my kids for nothing, you know, like, I mean, even though they drive me nuts, I was joking around the other night and I said, you know, some days I'd like to use my kids like a piñata and hang them to the ceiling fan, right? And
you know, well, we all say that. I mean, I was like that with my mum. I mean, she was trying at times, but I wouldn't change it. You know, I wouldn't have changed her for anything.
Yeah, and that's, you know, that's the way you got to look at it. Like, I mean, I couldn't imagine my life without them. Like, people are like, oh, if I could go back to this age and do it all over again, I'd do it. And I'm like, I don't want to go back. I said, who's to say if I went back and did it all over again that I would have these wonderful kids?
Well, that's it. It. You know, I mean, at some point in his life, we all sort of say things and do things that we regret. You know.
I always say to the boys, I say, you know, I don't agree with everything your father does, but I still love him because he gave me you.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I can't say that for mine.
No,
I won't go that far.
He did give you a precious gift, but not.
Well, yeah, but that's about it.
Yeah.
It weren't good for much else.
Yeah.
I'm going to shut it down anyway, Vicky, because it is getting on for 12:30. If you hang on a minute, I'll have a quick word with you.
Okay. I'll call Bella.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to shut it down. Thank you for everybody coming in and everybody that was on the panel this morning. And I'll see you all. It's a bit tricky because Joy is coming with the little one tomorrow.
Yeah. I wish I could do. I might be able to do a coffee or a chat later on this week, but I can't do coffee mornings until I get a laptop. So.
Well, that's it. But what I might do is it might be a little later than usual. Sort of. But anyway, so if anybody wonders why I'm late, you'll have to explain the fact that I've got Joy and a daughter and the little one here. So I might actually sort of do one, but go a little bit later.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right. I'll see everyone later then. Bye. Oh, I've lost my arrow.